Salutations, gamers. I'm the OgichiGame, and welcome back to Minecraft, Volcano Island. So I'm down here in the nether, as I've been. I've added to the walls around the perimeter. I think the torches mostly have just been blown off by ghast at this point, but that's fine. I've replaced all of the flooring with half-slab, cobblestone and that sort of such thing, and I've been going around this whole area. My goodness, is it huge. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a fortress right over there if you can see it. I'm gonna eat a piece of bread because I could use a little bit in me. I marked it. It turns out finding, this is how much, quartz blocks that I've been able to get, or marble, as I think that they technically probably are, but I'm gonna take this arrow. And this bone. I'm gonna take that. We're gonna need that later anyway, when we get back. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff off camera as usual, just to make sure that we have all the materials that we need. And I'm gonna just go over and show you guys the fortress. I've not actually been there, but I'm gonna show you that it's there. It's pretty cool looking. I've never seen a fortress just out and about in the open. Usually you have to dig and kind of dig your way into a fortress. Usually the fortress is covered in netherrack and other stuff like that. But no, this fortress is completely out in the open. As you can see, there's a lot of quartz up in the ceiling, by the way. However, it's very difficult to get any of that. I tried a bit there, and I failed miserably. It's not easy to get the quartz out of there. But there is a lot of quartz up there if I can figure out a way to more safely mine it. So, yeah, this is a fortress, by the way, that is just... It's sitting out in the open like this. Is that a ghast? Where is it? Where's the ghast? I heard him. You gotta be careful about ghast. I think that's a wither skeleton over there with a bow. So yeah, I'm not gonna go exploring into the fortress yet. Not today, anyway. But I'm going to add just some stairs while I'm here. Might as well. Because that's, I mean, frickin'... It's a nether fortress, and these things, I've always thought the nether fortresses were really cool, but they were always covered up, and you could never see how cool they actually were and all that stuff. These things are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love them. Love them to bitses. So yeah, we're just gonna dig out this stuff a little bit here. The netherrack here, and of course here. And bam! So now we have a little bit of a stepping stone up into the nether fortress whenever we want to come back here and get some nether fortress stuff. Whatever stuff that may be. So, the difficulty is, quartz ore only gives you one piece of quartz. And a piece of quartz is 1/4 of a block. You need 4 quartz pieces to make 1 quartz block. Which means you need 4 quartz ore to make 1 block. So, as you can imagine, I have been mining a lot of quartz. And there is still quartz to be had, like I said. I have not mined out the ceiling, and I have not managed to get up in areas like that yet. There are places that I haven't gone, but I have been all over the place. You can see places where I've dug out, places that have been blown up by... Well, for some reason now those areas are kind of on fire. That's just kind of how the nether is. But I have dug out a lot of areas. I've been all over there, all over, just everywhere. I've been pretty much everywhere, trying to get as much quartz as I can. And I think it's time that I brought this quartz back to the base. So let's grab up the quartz. Oh dear, my voice just cracked. It's early morning. My voice does that. Yes, I built a minecart, by the way, just to get us back to where we need to go. It takes me to and from the nether base and my regular base of operations that I've been working at. Pretty cool, huh? I've also went and dug back quartz over there. There was some over there. And I've also been working on the outside, the regular base as well. I've added a farm as well as a mob grinder that works okay. It only has 2 tiers to it. I didn't make it the biggest of mob grinders. It does work. Mobs spawn every now and again. I also have this little sheepy. He does not have any wool on him right now. Hello, Ocelot. Get away from my plants, if you please. Go away. Shoot. Shoot with you. Let's see if there's anything in my mob grinder right now. I don't know if there is. Nope, I usually am pretty good about taking whatever comes in out of it. Maybe we'll see something spawn in. Probably not right now, though. Oh yeah, there's this nice pathway that I made as well. You can do that now with shovels. I believe I pointed that out in my... No, there's an Enderman. I believe I pointed that out in my 1.9 episode. My OgichiGame Labs episode where I talked about the new update and how you could, like, make pathways and cool stuff like that. I remember talking about that, yeah. Oh, my sheepy, he's got his wool back, so we're gonna cut off his wool. Because we need as much wool as he can give us. We don't necessarily need a lot of wool, but we would like to have his wool. So let's see here. You know what, let's take the coal out of here and replace this with the quartz blocks. So I'm just gonna take out the coal. Because, you know, we get a lot of coal, but we don't get that much coal, and we need to really worry about having a whole giant chest dedicated to it. Of course, quartz blocks, we don't get that too much of that either, but we'll see how it all works out. There we go. Just put this back on here, and we're just going to call this marble. Because it looks like marble, and I prefer to think of it as marble instead of quartz, because quartz is kind of a weird thing to think about. Alright, we got plenty in there. So we're just going to put this back. We're going to put all of our coal right back into the miscellaneous pile here. Oh, there is the quartz box here. Ah! We have enough to make one block, so I can show you. There we go. One block. We can put that in the marble. Yeah, so we have a quartz and a marble box. I wish the texture pack would call it marble, too, because, again, it looks like marble. I always like to make things like Roman architecture sometimes in my free time when I play this game. Because I do play this game by myself just sometimes, because it's fun. It's really fun. I love to build things. Building is the best. Some people like to just, you know, faff about and do whatever. And that's fine too. You know, adventure people do every kind of thing in this game. Ooh, here we go. Now I can show you. Like I said, the mob grinder, it does indeed work. It's been getting me a lot of gunpowder. Ooh. And it's also been helping me to get arrows, because arrows are very difficult to get. Arrows are very difficult to get. And bones from... Ah, yes. Bones as well, which is being used to help me grow more and more food from our farm here, which is nice. I mean, the farm just grows wheat at its normal pace, but having the bone meal to help out a bit here and there is very helpful. It's very helpful indeed. I think I've only made just one. Yes, I have 3 little bits of wheat. I'm going to make myself just a piece of bread that we can eat. We have a lot of bows, I would like to point out. I've been putting them in the tools chest. But, there are just a lot of bows. There are a lot of bows that we keep getting bows. Currently, it looks like I have 4 bows from drops. Yeah, about 4 bows, I believe. That's just about it. But that's still quite a fair bit of bows. Let's see. So what do we want to do? Oh, yes. I want to show you this cool block I found while I was in the nether. So check this out. This is called a magma block. And it burns. If you step on it, it burns like that. Now, I'm not sure if it destroys objects. No, it doesn't, which is really cool. It doesn't destroy things. It just burns to walk on it. It's really cool. I love this thing. It's amazing. We're going to put this back in my miscellaneous chest. And let's see. Oh, we have these bones. Let's just make that into bone meal. And throw the bone meal back into the tools chest, because we keep a lot of bone meal in there. We have 64 bone meal currently. Let's put the gunpowder back here with the rest of it. Oh, I guess I've used all my gunpowder. Huh. Well, that happens. That happens sometimes. Anyway, though, so, we need to actually start doing some mining up on the volcano itself, digging out a base of sorts. Now, it looks as though night may be coming quickly, which is not very good, but that's fine. We're just going to get ourselves prepared. Once nightfall comes, we'll sleep. And then we can go up into the mountainside with all the equipment that we need. So let's just make sure that we have all the equipment that we need to go up into the mountain for now. Then we'll worry about the mountain itself. Oh geez, I hope you guys don't hear that. That's a really loud thing. I think that's I'm pretty sure that's probably the dryer washing machine or something downstairs. Okay, it stopped. That's good. Don't want you guys to have to listen to too much of that. Okay, so we have a diamond pick and we have a busted up shovel. Let's see, so first of all, we're not going to need that much bread, but let's bring 13 pieces of bread. And we'll also be using a lot of this rotten flesh. We're going to put the seeds as well as the individual chunk of wheat here. We're going to have these bows ready on the ready. We have 42 arrows, which will help out a lot. A stone hoe is not something we're going to need when we're going up there, so we can put that away. An axe is something we may need. We can use an iron axe. That'll be fine. Get out of here. Okay, there we go. The water bucket we might need. Torches we're definitely going to need. So let's grab ourselves some of this coal and actually use up the rest of these sticks to make a bunch of more torches. There we go. I only have just this one additional torch that I should probably put down somewhere while I'm thinking about it. Just, oh, that actually works out pretty good. There we go. That'll work. Wonderful. We're going to need to get more sticks, of course. Here we go. Wonderful. And that should give us plenty of sticks to make as many things as we can muster. So let's check out our diamond stash. Our diamond pickaxe should work for a good long while. It's got a lot on it still. Do we need a diamond anything else? I don't believe we do. So let's just use the iron. And let's make ourselves an iron shovel. Or rather, let's make 2 iron shovels. Wonderful. And I believe that should do us fine. And we can put the iron back. That should do us just fine. We shouldn't have to worry too much else about anything else. There we go. And I think we have all the materials that we need. And it is straight up nighttime. So we're going to sleep. And then in the morning, we're going to head up to the mountain, up to the volcano, and we're going to start digging. We're going to make ourselves that base. We're going to make it. Or maybe not necessarily make the base, but we're going to actually start digging out the area that we need to get into to actually have the proper base in the future, have our setup and everything. So, we're just going to go across the jungle here. I don't believe we're going to need too much up there right now. Of course, the jungle is very dangerous because with all the trees, it blocks a lot of mobs from being killed. There's some nice animals out here that we could kill. For now, we're not going to bother with them because later we might need them to make a farm. And personally, I would prefer to be able to make a farm. Did that drop a... It did drop an apple. My goodness, these creepers are just blowing the forest up. We gotta be careful about all this business. Since it dropped a sapling, let's put down a sapling and hope that a tree reforms and fixes the area around here, because my goodness, are these creepers blowing things to Kingdom Come. So here's a sapling. Let's see, what could we put away for now? We don't need the axe, so let's put that away. Put down a sapling. Hopefully that fixes things over time. Here's another sapling. That'll work. Put that down. Hopefully those trees grow back in time and, again, fix some of that messed up area. So, getting up the mountain is... My goodness. Or, is there no end to these creepers? They're everywhere. Okay. So, let's climb up. Let's find our way. Climbing the mountain is going to be, as usual, a bit of a tricksy sort of situation. As it always is. Hopefully, though, it seems to be at a pretty good incline, just about a block each here. Now and again, it's 2 blocks, but for the most part, there's enough 1 block gaps to jump up that we should be good. Should be just fine. Wonderful. Okay. Takes a little while to get up this here mountain. I think I know a very good spot for beginning our dig into the side as well. And it's nearer to the top, and I think I can see it right there. Yes, I do believe I can. We're probably going to need a lot more of our pickaxe than we're going to need anything else. So let me try to see if I can't get to the spot that I'm thinking about. I believe one piece of bread should do us right here. Nope, it didn't. It only did 2.5. That's fine. That's more than we had before. Wonderful. We're here at the top. So we're not going to bother too much with all this lava that's in the way. Not at the moment. We are eventually going to have to build something through the lava that we can jump into and that sort of such thing. But for now, we're going to go here and dig into the side. So to figure out how far we need to go, let's start by digging here. We're going to dig directly into the side of the mountain, like so. So we're going to count out how many blocks it is before we get to the center. So if we're here, that's so. Let's see. From the start, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and then around 26, or so that's when we get to around the center. So let's go 30 blocks inwards and see what happens. So we're probably going to run into lava once we get so far in, which means that we're going to have to start using the water bucket. Let's eat an apple while we're sitting here. The water bucket is going to help us out a lot when push comes to shove. Hopefully we won't have to use it too much today, but we might. So, again, let's go 30 blocks in, so we're 2 blocks in. It's 5 blocks right there. Okay, so I'm going to dig as far in as I can. I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, welcome back, guys. I've dug my way about 25 blocks in, and we've hit lava. That's fun. So, I believe there's a vacuum cleaner going off in the background there. I hope you guys can hear that. That shouldn't be happening. Usually people aren't around here around this time of morning, but for some reason they are. So, we're just going to have to deal with that for the moment. So that takes care of a little lava there. There. That's a bit of obsidian. Actually, dealing with all of this lava is not going to be easy. There we go. That's a little bit more lava taken care of. Great. So we have lava from above right now as well. Great. Ah, it destroyed my water block as well. So, we've made it this far in, and actually clearing out an area for us to get into because of all the lava is not going to be easy. Digging out a base inside of a volcano, we have to try to secure as much area as we can, and that's not such an easy task. But we've started on the project anyway. We've started. We've dug our way into there. Now we just have to get far enough in that we can actually start to remove as much water as we can. We need to actually bring we need to create a source of water up there as well. Because running down here every time we lose a bit of water is not going to work out. So I'm heading back to base. Heading back to base camp, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring 2 buckets of water, and we're going to create a water source up at the top. By creating this water source, what we're going to end up doing is giving ourselves more of a means to get as much water as we can. And that way we can start making the lava into obsidian and other such stuff like that. It'll take a long time to be able to get through enough of the lava that we can actually build out the base that we need. Doing this is extremely dangerous, obviously. But that's exactly why it's going to work. Right, so here we are back at base camp. And I can already see that there's a bit of wheat that's grown while we were gone. So we might as well deal with that while we can. Grab our seeds and everything else. We're going to also create another bucket. Seems like it's going to be nighttime very soon. Let's grab a bit of iron and create ourselves another bucket. There we go. Wonderful. And we're going to put the iron back. Now we're just going to grab up some of our food. We're going to grab... here it is. We're going to grab this, that away. And we're going to start collecting up some of this wheat here. There we go. There's nothing in the mob farm right now. That's a little sad, but that's okay. Heard a zombie. Hopefully that's in the mob farm and not anywhere else. Could be somewhere else. Hopefully not. Okay, so. There it is. Good. He is in the mob farm. Or, not mob farm, rather. He's in the mob grinder. Okay, so it is nighttime again. Let's go to sleep, and then we will go up with our water buckets and create a water source up the top so that we can begin to actually get rid of all of the lava that's in our way. Now, there is another idea that I've had that it may come to this, which is I might need to actually clear the lava entirely out of the volcano itself, from the top down. And if I do that, it'll make things safer for us in the long run. But it'll also mean that I'll have to get a lot of buckets of lava from the nether, carry them to the top of the mountain, and replace the lava that we lost. But it may work out better for us. There's a good chance that by doing that... there we go. There's a good chance that when we do that, it'll just be an easier time digging out and making the base itself. So once we actually finish with the base, having constructed the entirety of the volcano base beforehand, then we can replace the lava that was lost from the nether base that we've already created. For now, as I said though, we're going to create our water source block. And I think we've probably gone on a good ways today, but we'll try to get a little further into the lava itself, and I'll see where things go in the next episode. Because as usual, I will be working a little off camera to try to get through this lava, because the lava is going to be very tedious to work with. And obviously, I don't want you guys sitting here watching the tedium, but I will explain exactly how I got rid of the lava when I come back. I just don't want you guys to have to sit around and watch me mess about trying to get through this lava for the rest of eternity, because it's a lot of lava and it's going to take a while. So, here we are up at the top. We're going to make ourselves a water source right in here somewhere. Let's build it right about here. We're going to create a water source, I think, right here. Maybe not right here. This might actually be a bad place to put it. How about we dig a little ways into here? Oh, look at that coal. We might dig up that coal later. We might need it. But anyway, we'll put a water bucket here. We'll replace cobblestone right here. Put a torch on the wall. Why not? And we're also going to put the... Did I not put water in this bucket? Really? Well, that was the whole point of bringing it up here. Well, now I'm just a moron. Looks like there's some water pretty close by if we can get to it. Let's see if we can't. So let's just run all the way down to the mountain again. Hold on, I'll be back in just a minute, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. Here I am, putting the water in, and bam, we have a water source. Done. Just like that. And I am starving to death up here, apparently. let's just eat these apples that we have, because, why not? And we're going to eat a little piece of bread, and maybe, yeah, that'll do us for now. We're fine. So let's dig our ways a little bit more into the lava. Okay. There we go. That does a little something anyway. Great, and of course it'll take us an eternity to get through all of this obsidian. Wonderful. Wow. Okay. I can see how long this is going to take. Alright, guys. Well, there's not a whole lot more I can do in this episode. The rest of this is going to be extremely tedious to work through. It's going to probably take me days and days, and I mean literal days of time to actually get through all of this crap. So, I'll be back next week, hopefully with a lot more progress on my hands. So, if you, I'll be back next week again. If you like this episode, make sure to hit like on it. Otherwise, I'll see all of you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.